it's Amy at Doki Forest. Welcome. Come on in. I'm so glad that you are here. Today is Friday, which means it is hashtag Flip Through Friday. So, let's do a flipperoonie. This is a super fun open collab hosted by Kristina at Kristina's Shack. I will have her information down below, and basically each week anyone who wants to jump in can just use the hashtag and tag Kristina and share anything. Flip through a journal, flip through a book. One time I flipped through clay figures that I had created. You can flip through anything you'd like to share. Today I'm going to flip through this sketchbook from 2020. This says volume 2. Oh, maybe I should have done volume 1. Well, no, let's just do this. All right, so this is October 2 something. I don't know when it ended. Let's have a look and see what we have. We've got some Posca pens on the outside. These work really nicely on the cover of these moleskin sketchbooks. I really like these moleskin sketchbooks. In fact, I got a large one and I was painting with some gouache on there. It's not finished. I filmed this though, so I don't know, I might put this up. But as you can see, it was very watery, so it wasn't quite coming out the way I wanted to, but I'm gonna go back in and work on it. But this is a big one that I got. And this is a smaller one. This one's easy to kind of carry with you. It has a nice little band here to keep it closed, which is always appreciated. So let's get into it. In case of loss, please return to Amy as a reward. You can leave a reward, so if you get one of these, you know, you can put a reward in there if you want. So this is from October 2020, and this was when I was playing with gouache. I believe this is the first time, or at least close to the first time I had played with gouache. So I was practicing making these gouache backgrounds, and then I would get one of my characters. This one's right on my desk. So this is my red panda that I had painted a few weeks ago, but I would take a character and put it on there like so. So this is the gouache practice. Now, of course, in my mind, I wanted to paint backgrounds like you would see in a Studio Ghibli film, like you know, the Miyazaki films like My Neighbor Totoro and Spirited Away and Kiki's Delivery Service. But, you know, in reality, that is not what I have painted. And here's a little beach scene with some shells. No, I don't actually know if those are shells or rocks now. I'm not sure. They could be either. Maybe they're just magic rocks. And then we have a little bear frolicking through the forest with some mushrooms. This art book will have a little bit of everything. It's got sketches, paintings, whatever I was up to that day. A couple more pages of gouache. This one I didn't even take the masking tape off of yet. There's a hair on there, sorry about that. But yeah, I didn't take the masking tape off, but this is a nice tree that had fallen, and then there was some grass growing up here, and I think I was probably going to go in and add some more texture there, but I didn't. Let's see, we can take the red panda now. Now he's over by the log. And then here is a mushroom forest, a path going into a mushroom forest, and you know, I was imagining it's twilight or evening. So we have the coloring to reflect that, with the grass being more shades of blues and purples. There's still some pine trees back there, but some big mushrooms, little mushrooms. And again, now this looks like ink. This is me painting with some of my India ink. I didn't take the masking tape off, but you can tell because it's really shiny. I don't know if you can see the shine, but ink is always very shiny. I may have started with watercolor and then just put the ink on top. I know there's definitely ink there. This doesn't look like ink though, so I think this is a combination, watercolor and ink. Here's another background. It looks like I started it and didn't quite finish it. I didn't put the tree trunks in. I can see them there, but they're blue instead of being brown. I didn't quite finish it, so I guess I moved on to something else. Oh, and here's another one that's kind of like partially done. A watercolor. And a sea dragon here. And we're still in October. Some sketches. Here's a cat very pleased. I think that they are about to win the biggest pumpkin competition. And a pine cone, just practicing drawing pine cones. Sometimes I would take this sort of sketchbook out and just sketch something, you know, sit on the front steps even and just look around and see what there was. Maybe there was a flower, maybe just a leaf, and just sketch it. And then I figured I've got a reference for later. And actually I am drawing pine cones today, but I'm drawing them a little bit looser. I'm not as specific there. And then here's my little characters, Leaf and Acorn, picking a pumpkin from the pumpkin patch. They found a magic pine cone. And there's Acorn with a big pumpkin. Just a rough sketch. I don't know what's going on here. This looks like gouache. I mean, it's a gouache tree, but it's like a mess. So I guess I was just enjoying the paint and probably was going to go back in and sort of add some more details and layers, and then, you know, didn't. And then on this page we have some beavers. This one looks like it's sleeping, but oh, you know what it is? I think it was jumping into the water. I was pretending that this one's doing like a forward roll into the water going, tally-ho! And then we have some sloth studies here. We've got some, I guess I was in the mood to draw sloths. So we have some a journaling sloth here. A fuzzy bum. And some nice little hugging sloths there. And then we have some bears here. Mama bear and baby bear. And now this is November now, so we're in November. Oh, and then we were voting, so I made a little vote picture with the letters made out of natural things. And I don't know why I did an angry raccoon, but there he is. He's very upset. Why is this raccoon upset? Let me know in the comments. And here we have a scene you might see at like a Starbucks, or maybe it's the bar. We've got some animals here. We've got a fox and a bear. They seem to be enjoying the conversation. And then down at the end of the bar we've got the raccoon. Now wait a second, is this the same raccoon that was just angry? Now he looks a little sad. They all have a cup of something. And then on this page we've got some cheering. Yay! Flying squirrel. And a sideways bunny there. And then we have Sir Bunnies over here. Here's a background I didn't do anything with, but I was probably just really enjoying. These are the Kuretake Starry Night watercolors I talk about a lot. This shiny gold. They're beautiful. And a goose, probably a Canadian goose that was migrating. I probably heard one flying overhead, so just did a little sketch. And here is a lady with an autumnal sort of outfit with an acorn hat and a cozy sweater, and I couldn't figure out her hand, so I kept drawing and erasing it. But she's got a nice skirt with some acorns there and some embroidered pockets perhaps there. Oh, and these were characters that I did wind up drawing, inking, and painting with watercolor. I don't know where they are right now. Actually, I think I know where one is. Hold on, let me grab it for you so I can show you. So I don't know where they all wound up, but I do have the hedgehog. So here is the hedgehog. A little character out and about. Again, sporting this acorn cap. It's very popular. And these were sketches for Inktober, I think. Although it does say November, but I think I was still sketching. Maybe not. But it's very similar. So I have these guys cheering. And then I also did this for Inktober last year. I did this little postcard. So it's kind of similar, only this is a bunny and a fox. And this one here is a raccoon and a fox. So I think I like this one better. This one kind of has more expression and stuff. And here's a little fox mailing out a postcard at a mushroom post box. And here's the view of a fox looking down at their journal. So they're holding their journal. They got their little tootsies there. And there's the fox with their journal holding on to it. The animals really love to journal over here in Doki Doki Forest. They're very busy. And what's this? Kitty's Day Out. So we have Kitty is ignoring you. Kitty did a secret poo on the neighbor's steps. Kitty does not care if you have treats. Kitty wants to go back in the neighbor's garage. This was a real kitty on the street. So these were all the things that the kitty was up to. Here's a little critter. I didn't finish the page. Looks like they're shaking someone's hand, or paw, sorry. And there's some more autumnal animals here. We've got just quick sketches. A hedgehog, a fox catching some leaves, a little squirrel going after an acorn, and 3 little squirrels in a nest. Now this, I clearly had a story, but I didn't write it down, so I'm not sure. It looks like maybe the fox is presenting the squirrel with a gift. Maybe it looks like they tied those acorns to the tree, and maybe the squirrel wanted like an actual tree with acorns. I don't know. I should have written something down there. And here's a critter dressing up like a mushroom. January 2021. This guy says, hey, guess what? I have no idea what I'm doing. That's me every day. Every day. I should like make a copy of this and put it up on my wall. This is artwork from my son. The best page in the book, clearly. Love that. Octopus. So I had watched this special about an octopus, and it was a man who had an octopus that was in a tank in his house, and he was studying how intelligent the octopus was and how it would recognize he and I think his daughter who would take care of it and play games, and how smart they are. So it was really fascinating special, and I wanted to draw an octopus after that, so I drew this one and painted it, and I did this one too. This is another one I just did on a little sketch pad. Nothing fancy, just one of those things, you know, when you get inspired and you're just going to get it out. And this is a little sketch of my cat, Honey, who I no longer have, but she was like the best cat. She was like a dog, the way she would hang out with us and hang out with people, and she didn't care if there was a party. She'd just come see everybody. She was super friendly. And then here's some just different characters from the Doki Forest. Just using a couple of colors here. I think it's just some watercolor, just having some fun. And then I had some, this was something I was watching because they were making watercolor blobs and turning them into birds. So this isn't 100% me. This is me watching somebody on probably like, I don't know if it was YouTube or Skillshare. It was one of those two things because I did try Skillshare for a little bit back then. So I just gave it a go in my book as well. And then we have just a sketch with pen. And then over here, I don't know, it looks like maybe I was trying to draw fruit with a pencil. Oh, and I was drawing Tinkerbell. But not 100% like Tinkerbell because I can't draw like Disney. So it's just kind of drawing a loose interpretation of Tinkerbell. But the signature hairstyle's there. And then here's a happy little fairy jumping out of a flower. And then we have Figment. One Little Spark. Figment from Epcot and Disney World. It's on a Disney kick. Then we have Peg from Lady and the Tramp. And Marie. And I do remember sketching this out, and then I went in and I did her in color. It's actually a two-side. I was going to cut this in half. So we have Peg on one side, and on the other side we have Miss Bunny. So I was going to cut these out, and I don't know what I was going to do with them, but I was on a Disney kick. So let's see, Miss Bunny must be coming up. Yep, here's the sketch of Miss Bunny. And Pua from Moana. Archimedes the Owl from The Sword and the Stone. I love Archimedes. And the Tiki Bird. Nice parrot there. I was thinking of the Tiki Room in Disney World. And this was a Little Mermaid. I didn't finish it, but I was doing something with that and some seaweed. All right, I think we're back to creatures again. Got this moth-like bunny cat creature. And here's a girl. Don't really have much to say about her. Just practicing drawing humans every now and then. And let's see, is that it? Oh, I left some pages. I thought this was done. All right, you know what? I'm going to use this up. No wonder I didn't say when it ended. It actually kind of didn't. I left off July 2021, and then I think I moved on to a different sketchbook, so I didn't even know that had pages left. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you enjoyed the flip through. Be sure to check out the hashtag to see who else is flipping through. There's different people that kind of jump in and out every week, so be sure to check it out, and hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon.